Blessings and welcome everyone. Just a reminder before we begin. Your rising sign horoscope will give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope may show up, and your moon sign horoscope will give you the less prominent side story that'll also be playing out for this 2-week period. Remember, horoscopes serve best when observed, like a weather or traffic report. You have influence over all outcomes with your thoughts, actions, choices, and deeds. Use the information that presents to help you make the highest choices for the highest outcomes. If you wish to schedule any of my services or like access to more content via my Patreon, follow the links below or go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Cancer. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your third week of March 2021. And just a quick heads up, once again, we are talking about astrology that is going to be with us for more than just 1 week. So remember, the astrology, this is going to go on for a few weeks, and the cards are just for this week. And we'll go forward from there. And that's because we're dealing with this new moon that's popping up here on the 11th, which is why I'm trying to get these done early for everybody. New moon in Pisces that is also going to be conjunct Neptune and Venus, loosely, but still very relevant there. And this is a beautiful new moon for everybody because we are seeing this opportunity to physicalize a fantasy, to actually take something out of the realm of dreams and ideals and incorporate it and integrate it into our reality experience. And this new moon is going to be something that is in peak power between the 11th and the 25th, but this is not something that has to just be something around for 2 weeks and then it's gone, right? That's not a good way to go. We definitely want to pay attention to where this is an opportunity to start making something that we want to keep for longer than that, however we want it to be around in our lives. Venus is providing the resources, the connection, the opportunities, whatever has to come in. Venus is coming in as that loving, attractive magnet supporting this. And with the new moon conjunct Neptune, this may even be something that, how would I phrase it? This may actually be something that you don't know how to create, something that you don't know how to bring forth into being. This is all occurring in your 9th house of worldliness, higher education, spirituality, anything where you are dealing with higher levels of learning, higher systems. This can talk about things like academics or anything to do with government or legal proceedings, travel, anything where you are having to start engaging the big wide world and grow your own big wide world in that way. Now, with the new moon conjunct Neptune and Venus here, you're also going to be having a lot of exposure to people as well as subject matter that are very foreign to you. And the reason it's opening up this whole world is because this is actually replacing a lot of what you might consider to be commonplace, run-of-the-mill, or, maybe working within the limitations of the reality that's just in your immediate vicinity. And we are pulling in all kinds of things that are supporting you, right? Whether it's something you want to change in your love life, something you want to change in your spiritual practice, lots of spiritual activations going on this next 2 weeks, especially starting on the 11th, but also drawing in not only the pleasure moments, but even the lifestyle shifts, the way of life shifts, by being able to actually bridge connections that pull you out of your normal, pull you out of your own familiar territory, and start expanding not only your world view, your level of worldliness, but also creating a space where all areas and all relationships of your life become so much more expansive, substantial, and go through their own spiritual elevation, their own conscious evolution process. Everything's getting deeper, more profound, and more adventurous for you. When we talk about realizing dreams, yes, these might be things that come from avenues, from people that you don't know, and things that come from backgrounds you don't know, that you have no familiarity with. love, romance, and, your professional life, all of that starting to actually take on alien forms and come from places that are alien to you in order for you to actually experience your dreams that could not be fulfilled by maybe the limitations of the reality you've been keeping until now. As we get on to your cards, you actually have the spiritual theme of the Lover's card in reverse, which really expands on what we were just talking about, because the Lover's reversed is about detaching from attachments that are no longer an equivalent exchange. They're no longer a win-win. And throughout the course of this entire week, they're also going to start getting subbed out. And you're going to find that this is, we are subbing out the familiar with the unfamiliar that has what we want, that resonates with what we desire, that's already there, already living that reality. The Lover's card reversed may, yes, be throughout the course of this week, bringing attention to accounts, agreements, commitments, social connections that are becoming more of a liability or a reinforcement of a reality that you have outgrown, you don't want anymore, and have nothing to do with where you're going. This does not mean all of your friendships are going to end. It does not mean that you're going to be stranded out in the middle of nowhere. But what it does do is that it offers you an opportunity to change the arrangements of all of these commitments and all of these connections, so that there is room for the more dynamic and the more, I guess you could say, profitable, however you want to define profit in this. Increase the productivity from it. Yes, these swap outs and sub outs might be kind of awkward in the beginning, because you may find that, again, you are starting to engage with aspects of yourself through other people that are living a truth that is your truth, that you've never been familiar with. You've never had the proper opportunity to engage, whether these are sides of yourself, truths about yourself, or maybe parts of yourself that you've not necessarily sure were really there. As we get on to your challenge, not your challenge, skipping 2 cards. No, we're not skipping 2 cards. As we get on to your material shifts when it comes to your work, your job, your finances, anything to do with your, again, material circumstances, you've got the Emperor upright, and it does look like a lot of rules, a lot of, let's just say rules are starting to flip in your favor. A lot of procedures, protocols, maybe even things that were designed or imposed or created by those in authority or those with influence around you, whether it's your office, your living situation, again, your financial life, are starting to actually move in a direction that is supporting growth, supporting elevation, and actually getting things done. Because I'm actually seeing with the Emperor card upright, a lot of you are getting assisted by people with a tremendous amount of power during this time. Now, whether this is you going in for a new job and maybe somebody with a bit of veto power actually changes something to work in your favor to become a lot more abundant, a lot more satisfying and fulfilling for you, or you are in a situation where you are trying to make some waves and all of a sudden somebody with a considerable amount of power and resources decides to, throw a little bit your way or throw a lot of it your way. You're actually seeing these big breaks. A lot of you may be also finding that people of considerable power and authority are also subbing out those who used to have power and authority in your life, and they are much more compatible and resonant as well, and they are capable and willing to put a lot of energy behind you. As we get on to your communications, friends, maybe relatives, other people in your life, you do actually have the Two of Cups upright. And with the Two of Cups upright, I see a lot of you getting an opportunity to partner up, right? We're subbing out a lot with either a friend or a relative that is actually going to be not only an asset to a team you didn't know you were building, but they are coming in as almost like they're coming in as somebody who belongs in your space. They belong in your sphere because the two of you working together, joining forces, are actually taking on the world in a completely new way. I feel like with this Two of Cups, this could actually provide a big breakthrough because the two of you are allowing each other to also start making some tweaks, some changes in each other's realities that the other might not necessarily feel comfortable doing. It's almost like you are swapping spaces, doing a bit of a Freaky Friday moment throughout the course of this week. And what you do for each other actually is pretty groundbreaking. It may be that we are not only giving that to our friend or our relative, or they're giving it to us. I think it's both. But we're also seeing a new BFF, a new brother, sister from another mother kind of experience as well show up for you. As we get on to your challenge this week, you've got the Knight of Wands upright. Giving your own energy as backup to the changes that are being offered to you is going to be crucial this week. You've got to understand that a lot of people and a lot of power is coming your way, and they're going to be asking, hey, is it okay? Is this okay that we do this? I can go out and do this with you. I can go out and do this for you. Push of a button. I just got to make one phone call. The Knight of Wands is indicating that you have got to, of course, reinforce the good that is coming your way by allowance. If you have any kind of attachments, Lover's card reversed, if you have any kind of attachments to maybe old status quos, old comfort zones, old relationship dynamics, old professional dynamics that make you afraid to allow these things to happen for you, your challenge is to get over it. Because with the Knight of Wands, it's about knowing when to provide the yes answers and the affirmations yourself when these go to work with you and work for you. I do feel that you are going to be, you're not going to be in the passenger seat with this, but I do feel that you're kind of, at least getting the assist, you're getting the guidance, you're getting the companionship. But it's like the companionship and the guidance is going to want your consistent, again, affirmation to assure them, and also, of course, you being a divine creator yourself, being responsible, to make sure that this is something that is okay to do. Otherwise, because you do not, please do not be that do you know me brat in this moment. This is not the time for that. Sometimes you can get away with going and saying, don't you know me? Of course. Don't you know me? Of course. This is not one of those moments, because this is a big reality cleanup week. As we get on to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you have the Star card upright. And this is a very interesting week in the sense that a lot of you who are looking for a new chapter in love, whether it's a new relationship in love, or maybe some kind of new story, new place to carry out an existing relationship, a new pastime, a new living situation, a new step into a higher level, a new era. The Star card upright is actually seeding and getting this started right now. However, I feel like with the Star card upright, this is going to be a process that continues from this week on. And it's almost like watching a film, the previews are starting up, the trailers are starting up, so you want to make sure that you understand that this is going to kind of carry into the next couple of weeks. The Star card upright, I do feel for a lot of you may actually find, those of you who are single and available, are actually drawing in people that resonate with an archetype that you used to be deeply attracted to in the past. They remind you, there's a nostalgic reference of people from the past that you were really into. And maybe not necessarily people you even knew in real life. They may remind you of some favorite characters from some of your favorite stories, or your most, people that inspire you in that way. We also have, for those of you who are currently coupled, your partner going through this evolution themselves, but also your partner stepping into a space where they are ready to finally start integrating and incorporating a new experience for the couple as a whole, for the family as a whole, subbing out and swapping out what we are leaving behind. If they were attached to it before, their attachments to the old is done. So that is what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.